Welcome back to Trots TV. Time for 6 things we've learned, and with all the big races coming up, of course, the Inter-Dominion just around the corner. We've got the Ladyship Mile. We've also got big races for the 3-year-olds coming up. The New South Wales Derby, the Victorian Derby's not too far away as well. So I thought we'd get Robbie Morris in to have a chat about the 3-year-olds that are going around in Australasia at the moment. Hello to you, Robbie. Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. We've had a couple of easy weeks. I thought I might have got the flick, but I'm back.
Now we need to, let's discuss these 3-year-olds. So, who would you say is the top seed in Australasia at the moment for 3-year-olds?
You got to look at probably Mark Purdon, Follow the Stars. Just was a star as a 2-year-old. Looks to probably come back as a star as a 3-year-old. I've really been taken by a horse in Melbourne that Larry Eastman's got, Menengate. He's had 6 starts for 5 wins and a second. He's a big, strong, moving big fella, and I really like him.
So he'd be a horse that you're looking over the next couple of weeks that will impress in Victoria towards the Victorian Derby?
No doubt. He's run some really good sectionals his last couple of starts and bet a really nice horse down there, Agility Royal. He's a nice 3-year-old too, I think. So they're probably the 2 that I've seen that's really impressed me. But Menengate, I really like him.
Myfield Marshall, we saw it win the Simpson Memorial at Tabcorp Park, Menangle, Saturday week ago. Impressive performance, came from last. I guess the question with that was, what does that mean for the horses that he beat? Like, are the New South Wales horses just a rung below horses like Follow the Stars? Because Myfield Marshall has been a horse that hasn't been able to go with Follow the Stars. So, like, there's a gap there. Myfield Marshall's handled our 3-year-olds. Does that mean that we're lacking a true superstar at the moment in New South Wales?
We probably are, but we probably haven't seen all the 3-year-olds come back yet. There's sort of some still working through the trials and those sort of things. So it probably is a little bit weaker than previous years, but you've got to look at it this way. We were spoiled for previous years with horses. Like, you had 3-year-olds like Bling It On and Let Us Rock Them and some outstanding 3-year-olds. So you've got to look at it both ways. But, yeah, we probably are a little bit down and out, but you sort of look at that 3-year-old race. I know you mentioned earlier on that Spare Me Days of Brad Hewitt's. It goes very good. Sporty Spook, I know he looked to show disappointing in his run the other day, but he's a very nice horse too. So there's some nice 3-year-olds around, just so you've got to get it better.
He's an interesting horse, Sporty Spook, because he ran the track record at Temora leading up to that Simpson Memorial run. So he put in a couple of runs now at Tabcorp Park, Menangle, and been a little bit below his best. I wonder if he's a small track horse. Does it take a while to get used to Tabcorp Park, Menangle?
I definitely think it takes something to get used to. It does. It definitely is something to get used to. I don't think you can read a lot into Sporty Spook's run the other day. The track was sort of getting very wet by then. It was quite slushy. It was sort of getting a bit hard to see. So you've got to probably put a line through that and see how he races next time.
What about a horse that we saw as a 2-year-old in New Zealand, very good, Bodine Boaz? It's now gone over to Gary Hall Senior, probably the best of the WA 3-year-olds. Gary Hall Senior continues this knack of being able to go across to New Zealand. Look, to be fair, he pays good money, but finds the right horse, they go over and they do a good job. He could be Australia's best 3-year-old at the moment from what we've seen. Well,
like you said, he pays good money, but anyone can go over there and throw money around and buy the wrong horses. He seems to go over there, buys the right ones, and I never watched his race last night, but I think he went something sensational on the clock. I think he went 55-something.5 around Gloucester Park, so got no doubt probably in Australia he's probably the most impressive times-wise. I know I really like Menengate, but Menengate's been running really good times around really nice tracks like Ballarat, good-sized tracks, and going 55 halves. Bodine Bows goes around Gloucester Park, goes 55 halves, so he's only going to get better when he comes over to Melbourne or Sydney.
I think we're going to see more 3-year-olds unveiled in the next 7 to 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, with those heats of the Victorian Derby and the New South Wales Derby. That'll probably clear this picture up a little bit. But as it stands at the moment, Follow the Stars, he looks to have a mortgage on the 3-year-old races.
Well, like you said before, you get down to Myfield Marshall and kept under wraps, them sort of horses, but not being hard, he just looks better than everything. He's just a star. And you can't really put it down to any. I don't think it's the fault of any other horses. I just think they've just run into a 3-year-old that's just above and beyond better than them.
Well, 3-year-olds, we've had a discussion. 6 things we've learned about what's happening with 3-year-olds in Australasia at the moment. Over the next couple of weeks, we might have a look at all the different age groups and maybe even have a look at the fillies as well. But 6 things we've learnt this week about 3-year-olds.
This program was brought to you by Harness Racing New South Wales and the New South Wales Harness Racing Club. This has been a Harbour Television production.